Okay, so coming to stand, Samastitihi. Bring the big toes together, elongate the spine. And bring the hands in front of the chest, softening shoulders, softening the jaw. Relaxing all the facial muscles. Engaging Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. And bring yourself to the breathing. Trying to make the inhales and the exhales the same length. Using the sound of Ujjayi. And feeling the thoracic cage move with each breath. I'll do the opening mantra. Either you can try to chant along or remain silent as you like. Vande Gudanam Chadanadavinde Sandarjita Swatma Sukhamabode Vishreyase Jangalikaya Mane Samsara Hala Hala Moha Shantye Abau Purushankaram Shankachakrasi Darinam Sahasra Shirasam Shwetam Pranamami Patanjalim Exhale, release the arms, opening the eyes. Inhale, raise the arms, gaze to the thumbs. Exhale, folding over the legs. You can soften the knees for that first one. Relax the neck. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, place the hands and let's just step back for that first round. Pause in a plank pose. Make your body nice and straight, pressing the heels away, firming in the navel. Exhale, lean forward, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. We're gonna pause here in upward dog. Strengthening the legs, relax the back, pulling in the two bandhas. Exhale, turn over the toes, downward facing. You can bend one knee, lengthening out the other leg. And switching sides, checking that the kneecaps are pointing straight forward. The feet are aligned. And if it feels okay on the backs of the legs, maybe straighten out both knees. Come back to your Ujjayi. It's about 3, 4, and 5. Bend the knees. You can step forward for the first one. Long back, belly in. Exhale, folding over. Inhale, press the feet to come all the way up. Exhale, Samastitihi. Second one. Are you okay? I see somebody's just entered. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, folding over. Inhale, long Inhale, upward facing gaze to the nose. Exhale, downward facing. Bring the awareness to the hands. Press all the fingers firm into the floor. Elbows are straight but not locked. Back of the neck is long. No tension in the jaw. And listen to the Ujjayi. Try to find some stillness in the body. 3, 4, and 5. Bend the knees, step or hop forward, long back. Exhale, head down. Inhale, keep the chest open as you rise up. Exhale, Samastiti. Third one. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, folding over. Inhale, lift and lengthen the spine, belly in. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bend the knees, gaze forward, coming forward, long back. Exhale over the legs. Inhale, strong legs as you rise up. Gaze to the thumbs. Exhale, Samastiti. Fourth one. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Listen to the breath, still the body, still the mind, still the gaze. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Last one. Inhale, smooth breathing. Exhale, smooth movements. Inhale, long back. Exhale, jump back. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale. Inhale, all the way up. Samastiti. Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, bend the knees, raise the arms. Exhale, over the legs. Inhale, long back. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Turn the left heel in, step the right foot to the thumb. Inhale as you rise up. Exhale all the way back down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Turn the right foot, step the left foot to the thumb. Inhale as you rise up. Exhale all the way back down. Inhale, opening the chest. Exhaling over the toes. Find your gazing point. Still the gaze. Listen to the breath. 3, 4, and 5. Bend the knees. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, knees together. Samastitihi. Second one. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, smooth breathing. Exhale. Inhale, smoothly moving to Virabhadrasana. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, second side. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, open the chest. Exhaling over the toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bend the knees, step or hop forward, long back. Exhale over the legs. Inhale, Utkatasana. Samastitihi. Third one. Inhale. Exhale over. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, Chaturanga. Open the chest, over the toes. Inhale, Virabhadrasana A. Try not to rush into it. Exhale smoothly all the way back down to Chaturanga. Inhaling, exhaling. Left side. Inhale, find the alignment within the movement. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale, gaze to the nose. Exhale, over the toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bend the knees. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, Utkatasana. Knees, toes together. Samastitihi. Hands on the hips. Bend the knees. Hop the feet apart. Make sure they're hip width apart. Belly stays in, chest stays open. Exhale, fold over the legs. Take the toes. Inhale, straighten the arms, lift the chest way away from the floor. Press the toes into the floor and into the fingers, and then pull your fingertips away. So Feel like you're pulling the hands away from the toes. Feel the chest opening with that. And feel the lower abdominals reaching up towards the ceiling. Press the centers of the heels firm into the floor. Look at your kneecaps pointing straight forward, thighs engaged. See if you can maintain all this. Slide the elbows to the side. Feel like the pelvis is rolling over the femur bones and fold down. Feel the shoulder blades sliding away from the ears. Gaze to your nose and breathe deeply. 1, 2, 3. Feel if you can lift the lower abdominals a little bit higher up to the ceiling. 4, 5. Inhale, straighten the arms. Again, use the toes as resistance. Pull the fingertips away from the toes, but the toes are pushing down. So you have this resistance to help you elongate the spine and open the chest. Then slide the hands under the feet, toes going up the wrists. Inhale, press the feet into the hands. Pull the hands away from the feet. Chest is opening, kneecaps lifting. Exhale, folding over. Feel the lower abdominals reaching up towards the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, straighten the back, straighten the arms. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale all the way up to stand. And exhale the feet together. Bend the knees, step or hop out to the side. Point the right toes out, left toes in. Open the arms to the sides, palms facing up. Have a look at your front knee. It should be pointing to that second toe. And then start to shift yourself over the right leg. Let those right fingertips come down. Left fingertips rise up. See if you can bring your right hip forward. And like your torso is still in Samasthiti. 1, 2, come on, your fingertips. 3, 4, and 5. Press the feet, inhale, come all the way up, turning to the opposite side. Open the palms so they're raising up. Open that right heel a little bit back. Exhale, shifting over the left side. Left fingertips come down, right fingertips rise up. Gazing to that upper thumb if that's not painful at all on the neck. If it is, just look to the side. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Press the feet. Inhale, rising up, turning all the way to the other side. Align your hips to the back of your mat. Raise your left arm up. Check your tops of the buttocks are sliding away from the low ribs. Exhale, go straight forward. And let the left hand come down, right arm lift up. Trying to use Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha to keep the pelvis in a firm place. So the pelvis is staying steady, and then we elongate the spine from the pelvic bowl. 2, 3, 4, down. Inhale, windmill the arms, coming all the way up, turning to the opposite side. Aligning the hips forward, belly in, chest open, tops of the buttocks sliding away from the lower ribs. Exhale, bring yourself parallel with the floor. Right hand down, keep the steadiness with the bandhas, and turn and look up towards that upper hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, gaze down. Inhale, windmill the arms, come all the way up, feet come parallel. And exhale, back to the front. Bend at the knees, press into the floor to be able to pop yourself out to the side. A little longer stance, left toes in, right foot points. Bend your right knee over the heel. Have a look at your inner arch of the front foot and see that the inner arch is lifting up. Connecting to the inner knee, connecting to the inner thigh, connecting to Mula Bandha. Open the arms out to the sides, palm rise up. Exhale, shifting over the right side, right hand, either on a block or on the outside of your foot. Left arm slides over the ear, making a nice straight line from your heel all the way over to your fingertips. Breathing deeply. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good. Press into the feet. Inhale all the way up, turning to the opposite side. So let's start with our legs like a Virabhadrasana B. Check that front arch, lifting it up, connecting to the inner knee, connecting to the inner thigh, connecting into the bandhas. So the two inner thighs sliding towards one another, up into Mula Bandha. Arms open, palms up. Exhale, slide over the left side. Let the left hand come down, right arm over the ear. 1, 2, 3. Firm in those right buttocks. 4. And 5. Press the feet. Inhale as you come up, turning all the way to the other side. Lift the back heel from the floor. Front knee over the heel. Bend that back knee. And then you're going to take your thumb on your upper right thigh. Press that thigh down. Take your left hand to your left ribs. And then turn your left ribs towards your right side. And then you're going to see if you can hook your elbow on the outside of the knee, or maybe the whole arm on the outside of that knee. And then right arm slides over the ear, and then maybe you straighten out that back heel, back leg, pressing the heel away. 1, 2. Feel the lower belly sucking in. 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, look down, release that arm. Inhale, left arm lifts up, turning all the way to the other side, right arm is up. Take your hand on that, bend the back knee, take your hand on the top of that left thigh, drop that left thigh. And you can use your right hand, turn your right ribs. The right ribs feel like they're going to reach the left hip bone. And then bring the elbow or maybe the whole arm on the outside of that leg. And once your hand is over the head, maybe straighten out that back leg. Press the center of the heel firmly away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, gaze down. Inhale, all the way up. Right arm rises, feet come parallel. And bend at the knees and hop your feet forward. Bend the knees, hop out to the side. Outside edges of the feet parallel. Fingertips into Uddiyana Bandha, chest raised. Exhale, go all the way down. Place the hands on the floor. Inhale, lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, slide your hands wherever they need to go to find those chaturanga arms. Feel the shoulder blades sliding away from the ears. 1. Feel the arm bones pulling in and connecting into the hip sockets. Hopefully, see if you can bring your arms into the arm bones into the hips, the shoulder sockets. It's about 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale all the way up. Exhale here. Okay, I just want to talk about this pose because I think it can be very difficult to understand the arms. And the arms are like chaturanga arms. So if you place your palms in front of you like this and bring your elbows in line with your wrists and elbows about waist width, the shoulder width, and then feel like you're gonna push your hands into the floor, but there's a floor there, so it's pushing back, and then feel your shoulder blades anchoring onto the back body, and the arm bones staying into the socket. Let me show you, because this is what I see most people doing. Okay, so this is what lots of people are doing. And what I'm trying to get is shoulder blades on the back, arms in the socket. Okay, so try again, fold forward, and let's see. Hopefully you can see the difference in the video. So press the hands into the floor and forward, and feel like your arm bones are connecting into the shoulder girdle. So we can use this position not only to open the backs of the legs and gain flexibility, but actually to gain some strength in the upper body. And then eventually you've got a nice strong shoulder girdle, and you would be able to lift up into a headstand here. Maybe one day even a handstand. Okay, it looked better on the video, what I could see. Okay, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale all the way up. Exhale here. Inhale, open the arms to the sides. Exhale, hands to the hips. Chest lifts, belly in. Exhale, Prasarita Padottanasana B. Head down. 1, gaze to the nose. 2, 3, feel like the crown of the head is reaching away from the tailbone. 4, 5, inhale directly up, exhale at the top. Inhale, open the arms to the sides. Exhale, interlace the fingers, relax the shoulders. Open the chest, belly in. Exhale, fold over, keeping the arms on the back. So the crown goes down first, and then just allow the arms to relax over the head. Gaze to the nose. Feel those 3 points of each foot pressing into the floor as the flesh from the foot raises up away from the floor, especially the inner arch, inner line of the legs, connecting into Mula Bandha, which connects into Uddiyana Bandha. 3, 4, 5. Press the feet. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, tilting forward, taking the big toes. Inhale, straighten the arms, press the toes into the floor. Pull the fingers away from the toes. Feel that allowing you to open the chest and the belly sucks in. Keep the belly sucked in, chest opened. Exhale, fold over. Feel like the pelvis is rolling over the tops of the femur bones. Wrists try to reach over the big toes, elbows over the wrists. Shoulder blades sliding away from the ears. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, hands to the hips. Press into the feet. Inhale all the way up. And see if you can bend the knees. It's a little harder after being here for a while. And hop the feet towards the front of the mat. Open the arms to the sides, thumbs face down. Bend the knees, step the right foot back as you turn and place the hands in reverse prayer. Parsvottanasana. Inhale, chest is open, belly in, squeeze those left buttocks. Exhale, folding forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Press into the feet. Inhale as you come up, turning on the heels to the opposite side. Align the hips. You need to firm in those right buttocks to help you align forward. And belly in, chest open. Exhale, going forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, coming up, feet come parallel, and either stepping or hopping back to the front. Uttita Hasta Padangusthasana, one leg balance. So come into a nice Samasthiti. Okay, we're going to try with a straight leg today. I change it every week to try different things. So the right heel comes in front, like this. You want to make sure both hips are forward, and then feel like you're going to use your quadriceps and hip flexors to pull the leg into the hip socket. So then the heel is just hovering from the floor. Bring your right arm out in front of you, get your fingers ready, and then inhale, lift, and try to get your toe. And you can lift and bend the knee and get the toe. Then feel like the center of the heel is arcing forward and up. Anchor your right shoulder blade onto the back, soften the elbow so you can use your biceps. Bend that right elbow, yeah. Lift the leg up high. And then only if both legs are straight, then you exhale, tilt forward. You can stay up for now. Oops. Okay, if you're forward, inhale, lift the torso up. Exhale, externally rotating that hip joint to open to the side. See if you can follow the horizon and gaze to the left. Or look down. Sometimes it's easier to look down. 1, 2, 3, and breathe through the nose. 4, 5, oh, I'm looking around. Inhale, come back to the front. If both legs are straight, you exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale the hands to the hips. 1. Drop the right hip. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Shake it up a little. I know, this is hard. It's hard. I've been doing that for, I don't know, 25 years or something, and it's still hard. So be kind to yourself. Okay, but it's fun. It's fun to do things that are hard. So find the belly firming in, left heel in front, anchor the leg into the hip socket, bring your fingertips out, straight arm. Inhale, lift the leg, and see if you can get your toe. If the knee's bent, feel like you're arcing the center of the heel up and forward. And soften that left elbow so you can use your arm muscles. And then only if that feels good, you're folding forward. Feel like the left sitting bone is dropping, right thigh is lifting up. If you're folded, inhale, lift the torso. Take your hand on your thigh and use your hand to guide it into external rotation. And then find where you're going to gaze. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to the hips. Try to drop that left side. 3, 4, and 5. Release it. Okay, Urdhva. Okay, so I'm teaching it with the lotus, so if you're not doing lotus, I'm assuming you know a different version. You could do the tree, for example, or the number 4. So we want to have both hip bones forward, open the right knee to the side, but feel like you're opening from the hip socket. So it's not just like I'm letting everything come to the right. Yeah, firm in the bandhas, then close the back of the knee. It's like you're squeezing the leg together. Bring your hands like a cradle position and take them under either side of the ankle. Now from here, you're bringing the heel towards the lower belly, but then you try to relax your right leg a little. Okay, so you can relax the right hip and the right buttocks. Bring your right arm out to the side, turn the thumb downwards, bend the elbow, and either you take the inner arm or you get that foot, one or the other. Okay, if you almost have the foot, then you're going to hold the ball of the big toe and reach the knee away. So it's like this is going that direction, the 2 other bones are reaching away, the femur and the tibia. Lower belly is pulling in. So sometimes if you're just a little bit away, like you are, then you tilt forward. You can bend that standing leg if that feels good, and then you can get your toe. And then the left hand can come down to the floor. If you feel like your leg is straight, your back is long, then you exhale and fold all the way in. Try to drop the right hip. to come up. Inhale, lift the chest, bend the standing leg so that you can feel your standing foot pushing into the floor as you inhale up. And you only think about the standing foot. That's the way to get up. Okay, then release. Good. And by the way, I didn't say it, but if it hurts the knee, do one of the variations. Okay? So, both hips forward, and then opening the left side. So it's an external rotation of the hip joint. The right buttocks are firming in, and then you close the back of the knee. Okay, so you're using some muscles to do that. And then you reach under, like you're cradling your ankle. Push the heel towards you, like it's pushing into the lower belly, and then soften your hips. Bring your left arm out, reach behind. Okay, so if you're holding with just your foot, then you're reaching the knee away. Maybe a little bit back, but mostly away. Belly is coming in. As you tilt forward, you're going to notice, and you can soften that standing leg, you're going to notice the hand comes a little closer to the foot. So then you can get the foot and bring your right hand down either on a block or onto the floor. Just be mindful as to what's happening in that lotus ankle. If it's not feeling good, come out, change it a little bit. And so try to keep the back long, no matter which version you're doing, still try to keep the back long. You could bring your right hand a little higher onto some bricks, for example. You could also stay standing. This is a really good way to work on the lotus, is to stay in the standing position and work here. Okay, if you're down, inhale first, feel like you're lifting the chest, bend the standing leg, press into that standing foot, inhale, come up, and exhale, release. Good job. Okay, toes together, front of the mats. Inhale, pick up the arms. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, long back. Exhale, jump back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Bend the knees, look forward. We're going to jump forward and stay in Utkatasana. So toes together, heels just slightly apart. Bend the knees, raise the arms up. Bring your heels a little closer. Just a little, yeah, good. Okay, now from here, feel like you're lifting the baby fingers a little higher than the thumbs. So you feel the skin of the neck sliding away. Gaze to the thumbs. Exhale, place the hands down, press into the hands. It's all one exhalation, jumping back, chaturanga. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, over the toes. Okay, so we're going to skip those next two Virabhadrasanas. So you're going to lean forward onto the hands and then arc the back like you're going to make this arcway from one wrist to the other, and then pull one knee through the arms, point the toes, put the toes on the floor, bring the other knee through the arms, and see if you can slide your feet through. Or almost. Whatever you can do, it's always a good effort. So, Dhanurasana. Straighten the legs, flatten the feet, like your feet are flat on the floor. Hands beside you. Press into the hands. Feel like you're making a nice long back, and you have a lumbar arch here. Once you find all that, the heels are pressing into the floor. The thighs are engaged. Kind of press the hands and feel like the sitting bones are a little bit hovering from the floor. They're touching,
but they're not totally grounded. And so when you feel that, see if you can feel the two sitting bones coming slightly towards one another. Pubic bone, tailbone towards one another. Okay, because then we can get this idea of, that's what Mula Bandha is. So feel that lifting in, and you feel it lifting up through the entire torso. And then, so you maintain that, and then let the weight of the sitting bones come down, but keeping that lift. Okay, it's very subtle, so if you're newer to the practice, it might not be, you might just like go right over your head. But if you work on this for a few years, you'll feel it. Okay, so we're going to do different ways to go to Paschimottanasana. You're going to slide your fingertips back, so they're like this, and then feeling the lower abdominals in, chest lifted. Exhale, keep the hands behind you, and you use your abdominals to pull yourself forward. Be aware of the head, because I don't know, I'm always pulling my face forward, so and then it's not really that good for the neck. You want to keep the chin in a neutral place, and so you're going forward, and as soon as you kind of get stuck, then you're going to hold that, bring your hands forward. Either you get your toes or your ankles, or it doesn't really matter, just hold wherever feels good for you. We're trying to keep the back long, legs straight, but shoulder blades, yeah. So if your hands are on the floor, pull your hands this way, like backwards, so that the chest lifts and the shoulder blades anchor on the back. Okay, we're going to come all the way out. Take the hands behind the knees, bend the knees, bring the big toes together, and then you pull the hands, you're kind of pulling the hamstrings towards the sitting bones, and then as you're doing that, you pull, and then you can notice that you can get the chest to lift. Okay, so you're going to keep the chest lifted, and then glue the low ribs onto the thighs. Okay, so that there's no space here. Then bring the hands behind the Achilles tendons, and same, you're going to try to pull those muscles up, but you just hold them there. Keep the knees towards one another, toes touching, and then you feel this nice elongation through the spine. Lean forward, like you're hugging yourself here. Okay, so this gets tricky, because then what happens is sometimes we change the back, but once the back is in this nice position, then we kind of wiggle our heels forward, depending how sticky the mat is. Mine's pretty sticky. And we're keeping this connection. So thighs and ribs stay together. Okay, and then at some point, your arms are stuck under the legs, which this could be a really good place to just work and elongate the spine, check the back of the neck is released. If you feel like you have more flexibility available, then you can release the arms, but this connection still stays here, and then you could change the bind. And then whatever bind you're doing, feel like your baby toe side is pulling back, connecting into the hip joints. So if I was holding here, I'm pressing so the ball of the big toe goes forward, baby toes come back, but it's all along. It's not just the toes, it comes all the way along. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release the arms, lean back, straighten the ankles. Make sure you have at least a finger space between the two heels. Lean back, have a look at your thighs, thighs engaging, and belly engaging inwards, not outwards. Okay? Bring the hands like W arms, and then slide the hands back. Notice as you slide back, the head of the arm bone comes forward. Put the hands to the floor, press into the hands, press into the heels, lift up. And you can stay looking down the legs, The toes don't have to touch the floor. You just want to make a nice straight line. If you're able to lift high enough that you can no longer see your legs, then the head can come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lower down and crossing at the ankles. You're going to make yourself into a little ball. Squeeze yourself together. Flex the feet. Flex the feet. Feel like the heels are trying to pull in towards you. The knees are trying to pull in towards you and together. And then you're going to let go of your arms and see if you can stay there. Heels towards you, knees together, knees towards you with no arms. Open out and come back into that place. Squeezing everything in with no arms. It's like you have your arms and you're squeezing in. Open and squeeze in again. Pulling in. Swivel the elbows, so the elbows kind of come like this, and then you've got your hands, and then you put your hands in front of the hips. So you're doing all these actions. This is why it's really hard to jump back here. Just take a little break because it's going to be hard, but this is why it's really hard to jump back, because you have to get all those actions like all together. Okay, so let's try. So squeeze in, swivel the elbows, hands down, push into the hands, and try to slide yourself through. Drag yourself through, it doesn't matter. You can get this, and then jump. And chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Bend the knees, so you can do the slow motion, or let's try this. Come forward, make your dome. Keep your dome. You feel like your abdominals are engaging. You keep that dome, but you bend your knees and then look forward. Okay, and then when you jump forward, you have to come kind of back into that dome. You look forward, and you come through. Okay, I don't do these very often anymore, so I'm not the best at the jumps. I'm too old for this stuff, but those were the techniques I used to use to be able to, do lots of jumps through my practice. And I think they still work, it's just I don't do them enough. Okay, so you're gonna lean back, externally rotate your right thigh, bend your knee, squeeze the back of the knee, holding under your ankle, pull the heel towards you, and then bring the top of the foot onto the top of the thigh. So the ankle should be straight. And both hip bones forward. Take your hands on your rib cage, and you're gonna lift your rib cage like your rib cage is coming away from the pelvis. So you feel like you're getting space in the side body. Bring your right arm out, keep that left foot straight, bend at the elbow. So either you can get that other arm, right? What we want to avoid is coming forward and being like all lopsided, something like that. So instead, that's not the best for the spine. What we want for the spine is to have a flexion forward. So we want to keep the two shoulders pointing forward, the same direction. And in fact, for your shoulder joint, because if I pull this off too much, slowly, you feel this little pain here. Okay, and you might not attribute it to these positions, but if you're tearing it very slowly, then after when it hurts, yeah, it's not very fun. So chest is open, so you don't have to have the toe. And then when you lean forward, it's like your torso is coming forward evenly. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, fold. 1, 2,
3, 4, and 5. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release. Lean back to be able to release that leg. Okay, it's safer. And then externally rotate the second leg. Close the back of the knee. Keep the ankle nice and straight. Bring the heel towards you. So I'm always leaning back. And I'm showing you in slow motion because if you get used to this really breaking it down in slow motion, then when you take the, more fast class, it just happens. Up, right? So you've got your foot on the top of the thigh, left arm opens, keeping this kind of stitching feeling. So thumb points down, yeah. And then reaching behind. So there's always this connection in the shoulder joint. Reaching forward, thumb on top, fingers behind. Open the chest. Exhale, coming down evenly. Feel like you're wrapping your left shoulder forward. Yeah, exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release. Crossing at the ankles, making yourself into that little ball. Swivel the elbows, put the hands in front of you. I need to use my fingers to be able to do this because I don't have a lot of strength, so every little muscle counts. So leaning forward, press, try to come through. And step or jump back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. So actually the next jump is a little bit easier. You're keeping, so you make your dome, you lean back, you look forward, and then as you jump through, you keep your right leg bent. So it's like that. Good. Then we're going to let the back of the calf squish and get this flesh here, and you just kind of soften it inwards. So ideally with this pose, see the front of the knee. The knee is pointing straight forward. So we don't really want to have the knee like that. And it's really minor, and it can be very small movement, but like for instance, because I know the difference, because I've felt these poses for so long, I'm not going to fold forward with my knee like that. I can feel like my knee is not in the right place. The issue is when the poses are new to you, you just think, oh, but that's a normal feeling because it's new, my body is changing and everything like this, but it's not normal to have any kind of feeling like pressure in the knee. Okay, so in fact, you want to have the foot close to you, and you want to be able to have some weight on the outer foot. And so, see, yeah, and so as soon as you do that, your knee's in the right place. So you have to sit on this. Okay, so you guys online, have a look, because I could see for the person here that as soon as she put some weight on the outer foot, the hips had to lift, the sitting bones had to lift, and then that puts the knee in the safer place. Okay, so if you need to sit on something, doesn't mean you're a bad yogi, actually it means you're wiser. Okay, so then from there, take the hands on the tops of the thighs, press into the tops of the thighs, and notice as you press down that the chest can lift up, okay? And then you feel also, I don't know, when I press down, I feel Uddiyana Bandha lifting. And so it protects your pelvis, it protects your lower back, so you're pressing down, chest is open, and then start to tilt forward, keeping that pressure down. Okay, so we don't want to lose the bandhas just to be able to make it look like we're going deeper into the pose.
because it's just an illusion, because you might be deeper on the superficial level, but you're not deeper on the inner level. Okay, so keep that press down, chest open, and then when you release, you can bring the hands wherever they come. And breathe here. And so that you can feel the sensation of Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, and this, it's not a forceful feeling. Feels like you're finding this steadiness, you're challenging that, but at the same time you feel at ease, you feel really good, you feel like you're being nourished by the pose. Okay, I'm giving you some words that might help you describe. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release. And let's do the jump here. So you're going to bring your hands halfway down your mid-thighs. Put the hands on the floor. And then you pull in the belly. Lean forward. And then you start to lift from the lower belly. And you hop back. Or however you can get back. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. And round the upper back. Look forward. Bend the knees. And try to hop through with the left leg bent back. Yeah, that's good. And then lean to the side. Squish the back of the calf. And then let this soften inwards. But you're doing it in an easeful way, not forceful. Outer toes pressing into the floor. Notice where you have to come, where the kneecap is pointing straight forward. It's not turning in, right? This is already turning in on me. If you can see on the camera, I'm not sure. But pressing in to pelvic halves level. Press into the thighs. Open the chest. Feeling the Mula Bandha and the Uddiyana Bandha, back toes pressing into the floor, leaning forward. As soon as you feel like, oh, that's as far as I'm going to go, keeping some alignment, then release the arms and take a bind. Inhale, get a little longer through the spine. Exhale, fold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release the arms. Place the hands halfway down the level of the thighs. Lift the buttocks and jump back. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward facing. Bend the knees. Jumping through. And you're not going to let your feet touch. We're skipping some poses. Try not to let the feet touch. And we're going to come to Navasana. 1, 2, 3. So you should have given me some suggestions because maybe I could have skipped Navasana. 4, 5. Cross, pull in, make yourself that little ball, swivel the elbows, press into the hands, and even don't let the feet touch the floor. Even if you go nowhere, it doesn't matter, but you don't let the feet touch the floor. Okay, so it's like this, not like this. Okay, that doesn't do anything. Okay, second one. So you want to keep the knees together. Pull the hands behind the thighs, and then pull the hands down and towards you a little bit. The legs resist and the chest opens, so the legs are straight. And then bring the arms. So 3, try to straighten the legs. 4, 5, cross the opposite ankle. Pull in, squeeze, swivel the elbows, press the hands. Keep into this little ball. Stay in the ball, even if you don't lift, even if you don't go anywhere. I don't know, I'm doing this and I feel like squeezing, 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 squeezing. It doesn't look like I'm doing anything, but it works. Okay, and I had to do that for a year before I could lift up. Like when I first started Ashtanga, I was really weak. I'm a little stronger now, but I'm like many years older. Straighten the legs. So you can keep your hands behind the legs or straighten them. You can hold them, yeah, to keep the legs straight. So about 4, 5, cross the opposite ankle, swivel the elbows, press, inhale, even if you don't lift, and then come back. Navasana. 2, 3, 4, 5. Cross the opposite ankle, swivel, press, try to lift. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cross, press. If nothing happens, put the feet down. Wiggle, 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 until you can jump. Jump. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Okay, from here, you're going to try to jump the feet either beside the hands or around the hands and land in front of the fingertips. Like that. Okay. I'll give some variations. If you're doing Bhuja Pidasana, you can just go ahead so that I can give some variations. Now, if you're here, you're going to bring your hands on the calves and then lengthen the spine and pull yourself a little bit through. Put the hands onto the floor, and then you want to be able to sit down on your arms. So that means that the elbows and the wrists need to be over top of one another. So, Ophelia, to me it looks like what you could do is lift your heels and bring your hands under the heels. So that the elbows, because I don't know if you can see on the camera. Let's see if I turn this way. If I'm here, there's no way I'm going to get my feet off the floor. You know, absolutely no way. You know, how can my feet come off the floor? Because everything is leaning forward. So what I need to do is to get my elbows backwards, right? See where my elbows are now? And then I'm able to get my feet off the floor, right? And squeeze and maybe bind. So some of it's flexibility, some of it's just technique. You might have the flexibility and just not be getting there. And if this is all just like really impossible, then the variation could be to sit and in a squat position. Okay? Yeah, that's good. That's good. Or sitting, like what you're doing, sitting and starting to bring the toes on the floor and lift the heels. Or not. Or not. Whatever's going on. Okay, so whatever you've done, let's release and come to a sitting position. I see you guys doing stuff with your wrists. So for the wrists, what we need to work on is fingertips strength, the strength of the fingers. Because if you see, when you're in these positions, if I'm like this, I think I can see on the camera, that if I don't use my hands and my finger strength, all my weight is going directly into my wrist, right here. So I need to offset that by consciously bringing awareness and strength into the hand, okay? It's the only way, otherwise you're just gonna continue having wrist pain, and if you go over and over and over, then you damage the wrist. And then the other weird thing, if you look at my hands like this, I don't know if you guys can see on camera, It's really not a pretty sight, but see, if my hand is like this, I've got these tunnels, right? I've got this tunnel here. So you want to have that tunnel. You don't want to have your hand flat. Like my hand in any of those isn't going to be like, oh, sorry, yeah. My hand isn't going to be like this, right? Can you see? It's going to be like that. See? Okay, so that it's not just going into my wrist. Okay, so if your wrist, so, you know, and when you start a new pose like this, it might be a little bit fragile in the wrist for a few days, but if it lasts any more than a week, then you need to we need to do something about it. It shouldn't last longer. So let's bring the thumb and ring fingers together. Thumb and ring finger, thumb and ring finger. Straighten the arms out, and then pull the fingers towards you. And then turn the fingers back. Maybe that can help with the wrists.
Sometimes when I jump back, I feel pain in my right wrist.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, especially you're young, so you can change it really fast.
That's good.
Yeah. Okay, and then shake it out. Okay, and you're gonna come to bring the legs on the floor in front of you, hands on the thighs, rolling out to come lying down on the back. We're gonna do Urdhva Dhanurasana. So bring the feet close to you, feet parallel, femur bones parallel, elbows beside the waist. Press the upper arms into the floor so you feel the chest opening. You've got a lumbar spine already, a lumbar curve. Press into the elbows, press into the feet. Inhale, lift the hips from the floor. Trying to come up. I'm gonna let the cat in. You don't have any allergies?
No, he's so cute.
Okay, so separate the feet a little wider. Yeah. Press the elbows closer to your waist. Yeah. Press into the upper arms, including this part. Press that down. Yeah. And then lift up. Let's see what's going on online. Some of you, I can't really see you very well. Okay, and then exhale down. I'm gonna talk you through the next step, but you don't have to do the next step. This is a really nice back bend to work on, especially if you have any shoulder issues, then you don't need to go to the next step. Okay, so I'll talk it through step by step. Feet are parallel, femur bones parallel, elbows beside the waist, pressing the whole upper arm bone into the floor, especially this part, okay? Because we'll tend to press the elbows, but not the upper arm. Pressing that, and then we feel we're already in a back bend, in fact. You feel the doming of the chest, press the feet, inhale, lift up, point the fingers, and then you're going to stretch your arms towards the ceiling. Let the shoulder blades move a little bit, and then stretch the arms over the head. Bend the elbows and place the palms of the hands on the floor. Okay, so the palms of the hands, not too close to your shoulders actually. You want to be able to have the elbows and the wrists in line. Okay, so that you've got the bony connection there, so you're able to have strength. So feel like your elbows are reaching towards the back of your mat, and then press into your feet, press into your hands, and come to the top of the head. Okay, don't change the feet though. The feet should still be parallel. You're using your arms. Find your arms here. Press your head and reach the chest away so the back of the neck is long. And then if this all feels good, then you straighten the elbows. But by the way, that's a really good place to work because it strengthens the legs a lot. And if ever you want to get towards doing the drop backs, you need to have a lot of strength in the legs. You can try, after 5 breaths, you come down and you can try another one. Do you want to try one more? Or it's hurting your wrist?
Yeah, my wrists feel kind of
fragile.
confused.
Yeah, just do the first version.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's good, Ophelia. Whenever you're finished, you're gonna bring your knees towards the chest. If you're all finished, rock up to sit and do a counter position. So generally the counter position is Paschimottanasana, it's this one. If for some reason that's not feeling very good for you, you could also bring the toes together, the knees wide, like a wide-kneed child's pose. Especially if forward bending is really challenging for you, then this way you take the hamstrings out of the picture and you just elongate the spine. You're gonna slide, you're gonna come up and do a vinyasa, or if you're in the wide knee child's pose, just slide back into a chaturanga and an upward dog and a downward dog. And then you're just gonna jump forward onto the knees. We're sitting on our knees. Okay, so we're gonna work towards the headstand. If you're doing the headstand and you've being taught it through AYP, then I'm sure you're doing it well. If not, follow my directions. So interlace the fingers, make yourself into a triangle here. So this is your base. You've got that triangle base, and then you're gonna put that base on the floor. And then tuck your toes under, and notice that your elbows and your shoulders are in line. Then pick up the knees and press the forearms into the floor. Notice if you have the same weight distribution at the wrists as the elbows. Press those forearms, reach the chest away from the floor. And then leading with the lower abdominals are going to lift up towards the ceiling. Check the back of the neck feels long. Then wiggle yourself towards your feet, and the back of the neck stays long, the palate is released, and eventually the crown of the head can come into the floor. And then from there, let's see. So either you can hold that. So Ophelia, be careful, your neck's not in the right position. Oh, I want to see what you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, do it again.
I'm not sure.
You don't have to come up. So it's just getting the steps. Okay, so let me show the steps again, because maybe I showed them a little too quick too. So you find this triangle, and then you're pressing this into the floor. So the idea is to get the shoulder girdle strong, the arms, the shoulders, and then lifting, and then the lower abdominals come up. So so see the difference? There I'm leading with my sitting bones. Here I'm leading with my lower abdominals. Okay, and so I could just stay, and this is already a nice inversion, right? So I could stay here, work on that strength, work on feeling if I have more weight in my elbows, or if I'm able to keep my wrists down. If that feels okay, I keep the back of the neck long, and then I could walk myself, and I could do things like this, right? Maybe anything like that. Those who are working a little stronger in the headstand, work on the bringing the legs parallel to the floor, the Urdhva Dhanurasana. Whenever you've had enough, you're going to come to a child's pose. can turn down your lights. If you need a sweater or blanket, you can get those. You could stay in child's pose a little longer if you feel like it's appropriate. Otherwise, come to a Shavasana, I guess. Everybody's going into Shavasana, so I was going to do a little bit of sitting, but
Everyone's like, I'm pooped.
yeah, exactly. Everybody's like, that's enough for today. I'm lying down, I'm going to sleep. No problem. I can talk you through a nice relaxation. How about that? So, separating the feet about the width of your yoga mats. Opening the palms towards the ceiling. You can take a few deep breaths. Just letting go. And bringing the awareness to the feet. Relaxing the feet, the toes. Relaxing around the ankles. Relaxing the shins and the calves. Bringing the awareness to the knees, relaxing around the knees, the thighs and the hamstrings. So you feel like all the muscles of the legs are melting away. Bringing the awareness to the pelvis. Relaxing the buttocks, relaxing the pelvic floor, relaxing the lower abdominals. Noticing the back of the torso. Trying to relax the lower back, middle back, the upper back, all around the shoulder blades, right up to the back of the neck. Relaxing the belly, the solar plexus. Relaxing the chest. You feel like you're relaxing inside the torso. Relaxing the internal organs. Relaxing across the collarbones, the shoulders. Bringing the awareness to the arms, Relaxing all the muscles of the arms. Relaxing the hands and the fingers. Noticing the throat. The throat is soft. The jaw is soft. Relaxing inside the mouth, the tongue, the palate, the insides of the cheeks. Relaxing the lips and all around the mouth. Relaxing the cheeks and over the nose. Softening the eyes, the eyelids, all around the eyes. Relaxing the forehead. Relaxing the mind. to the body. Move the fingers, move the toes. Stretching the arms, stretching the legs. Rolling to one side. And trying to keep the eyes closed to eventually come up to a sitting position. We'll do the closing mantra. Sending all the benefits of yoga out to all beings everywhere. Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena